Oh, yeah, it's Tease again. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. Hope all are well. Hope all are safe. And I'm gonna try to say this quick. I'm gonna try to get all my points out in one breath. Um, but when it comes to women and sex predators, now, and I'm asking seriously, but I'm also asking from the outside looking in on what's really going on. So when it comes to sex predators, now are they the new sex predators? Or have they always been the sex predators and they just have been uh, pocketed or hidden while the men are the only ones guilty of being a sex predators? And I'm only saying that because, like, in the past, all the way up until now, you would only hear about the women every now and again. And then when you do hear about it, like, oh, that's unbelievable. I thought that was a Sunday school teacher, you know. But then again, when a man does, like, okay, well, you can, it's not unusual for a man to be a sex predator, because you got to watch out for these nasty men. But again, while we're so busy looking at these men and oh, hide your crotch, here come the men. But it's like, what about with the women? And a lot of times our guards are down because we would never think poor Miss Cindy would be a sex offender. But boy, would we be wrong. Um, because, like, again, in the past, you'll get these sex scandals from women. But it's like I say, you will not hear about those until years later. Um, and like I say, I don't even know the latest story, but if you pull something out of your hat, you could say, hey, there's a female teacher or a female officer that has been doing inappropriate sexual acts, and perhaps you reported or perhaps it was exposed, but you won't really hear about it. Normally, when you hear about sex offenders, you will just see some perverted man or some peeping Tom, which is some weird looking man, or maybe some pastor or something, or daycare provider who's a male. But hardly do you get the women who are sex offenders, because, like I say again, you won't suspect them, or you won't see them coming, or they won't be damn reported. Because, like I said, there've been teachers in the past who will be pregnant by their teen students or their young students, and it's nothing has changed because it's still happening now. There was another, I think it was an officer, a female officer, that was into some sexually inappropriate acts, and I'm thinking like some of her tasks had to do with sexual acts too. Like, okay, well, if you want these charges to go away, or if you want to see your children again, you're gonna have to do these sexual acts, and like I say, that's women everywhere, not necessarily like on the officer department. It's, I think, what was this lady? Is she? I don't know if she was a DCFS worker. It was something where, okay, she has control over if the mom sees the children again. So I guess she must have made a pass at the mom, like, well, how bad do you want to see your children? And apparently the mom didn't want to see them that bad because she wasn't willing to take the sexual favor, or the suggestion, as far as getting her children fast. So I guess she was like, oh, well, you really won't see them now that you denied her. Um, there's hell, and this even happens at the airport too. I'm actually a witness of this one too, because normally at the airport, okay, the male will pat down the males, women pat down the women, and it'll seem like, okay, if you call yourself going through the scan, okay, they'll scan your breast, the crotch area, but pretty much anywhere where it looks like there's a lot of activity going on, and then for some reason they insist on checking the breast area, the crotch area, and it, and it never fails. Every time they get to me, and I would need a quote unquote pat down, they're like, "Well, do you want to do this up front or in the back?" I'm just like, "Lady, if you're gonna have your way with me, just do it here, and we'll have lunch later." But I'm not going to the back with somebody who's dying to get their hands on me. You won't be filling me up, on the job. But anyway, so basically, long story short, you'll get these women, but they'll have no problem touching and grinding all over you in the name of security, and I don't know, some jobs they'll have, it's like it takes a certain type of person to do certain things, and yeah, these are all pat downs with clothes, but like I say, that's, you get some other ones too, like inside the jail or behind the wall in the jail. You have to take your clothes off and cough. How they have to do the search to make sure you don't have any goodies tucked away anywhere. Yeah, so you'll get some of them that they will put themselves in a position to where, like, okay, yeah, if need be, I would, and if I have to go in there, I will. So I guess in so many words, you'll get some people, they don't mind getting their hands dirty when it comes to quote unquote looking for material that can be used against them. So basically, when it comes to putting your hands on people, you'll think like, okay, watch out for people who got, sticky fingers, or watch out for people who, may touch you inappropriately. You'll think like, okay, you just gotta watch out for Biden because he might rub your shoulder a little bit too long, or like, no, it's not just Biden. You have to that lady, that nurse or whoever she is, whoever that lady is, that you'll never suspect. Yeah, that's going to be the one that's might have some reports popping up in the near future. Because it seemed like once one person say something, then somebody finally want to say something from the 50s. Yeah, but you'll never think it was that lady. Yeah, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Be safe.